Hi everyone and welcome to NameHero.com. Today I want to show you how to test or preview your website before changing your DNS. So this is obviously a very common question that we get here at NameHero. Since we have a lot of customers that are coming over from old web hosts and they're moving over to NameHero, they want to see what their website looks like before they set it live. And that makes sense, especially if you're using a web host that has older versions of PHP or older versions of MySQL or just using an outdated platform. Sometimes this could break certain aspects of your site, so it's always good to test before going live. That way your visitors never see an error or they don't even see the change. You can test everything just right on your computer and you test it just like you were a visitor, but you're accessing the new server and it's only happening from your computer. The rest of the world sees the site as it is now. So it's actually very simple to do, but I wanted to film a video just to clear up some confusion that we're seeing inside of the support desk. So if I go over to our knowledge base here, you can type this in the search box in our knowledge base, how to test or preview your website before switching DNS, and it'll come right up. It's right here on the support tab though. You can type that inside of here and this article comes up quickly. But there's a couple ways to do it. If you're on a Mac, that's what I'm going to be demonstrating today. If you are on a Windows PC, it's very similar. You just have to edit your local host file. And I'm going to show you how to do that on a Mac. And we also have tutorials if you need to do it on a Windows as well. So again, it's simple. You're just editing your local host file. And you can see here by default, a Windows host file looks like this, and you just change it like this. So I'm going to show you how to do it on here and how I would do this. And this is also helpful for those customers that are migrating from a basic hosting or a reseller hosting to a VPS, because sometimes our VPSs have different configurations. Since it's your own server, you're free to configure it how you wish. So we have like a default configuration for those VPSs, but oftentimes we see customers, they want to modify it to their specifications. So that's definitely an option, but when you get the default configuration, it might be configured just a little bit differently. So this way you can test everything out and make sure it works. So to get started today, I'm going to just sign up for a basic hosting package and I'll demonstrate using that. So I'm just going to click on web hosting here. And I want to just choose our most popular package. I would say it's a toss-up between the Plus and the Turbo. Really quick, before I proceed, I do want to mention something. We have the amount of visitors that these packages are suitable for. Recently on our YouTube channel, we got an inquiry about, do we limit the number of visitors? And absolutely not. We do not. We say suitable for, and this is just to give some of the novice users an idea of what they need to host their website. This is based on the CPU cores and the RAM of the package. So we just put this up here because the novice, they don't really understand CPU cores and RAM, which is completely fine. I wouldn't expect you to if you don't, if computers and internet and stuff, servers isn't your thing. That's our thing. So we just decided to put this up here just to let you know, because most people, they know how many visitors are getting on their website. So this just helps clear that up, and it allows you to pick the package for your needs. So by no means do we limit that at NameHero. You can sometimes you can reach many more than 25,000 visitors, sometimes less. It ultimately depends on how your website's coded. If you're using WordPress, it depends what plugins and themes you're using. So again, we just did this on a general idea of what you can expect from the package. Now, of course, you can upgrade packages or downgrade packages at any time inside of our user interface, but I did want to clear that up. So with that said, the toss-up is between the Plus and the Turbo. The main difference is the RAM and CPU cores. So 2 gigabytes of RAM versus 3, 2 CPU cores versus 3, and the inode limit. So the inode's the number of total files you can have. You can see we allow for unlimited SSD storage, but there's a limit on the inodes. So for the Plus, it's 250,000 inodes or files, and for the Turbo, it's 500,000. So most people, 250,000 is way more than enough, but if you're moving over and you have a ton of emails, I recommend checking to make sure you clean out your email box and get rid of unwanted emails. But if you have a lot and that's not an option to delete, then that's when mostly we see people that choose the Turbo over the Plus. And then of course you always have the starter for those just getting started up, startups, very small businesses that just need a one-page website, and then the business for those with a little bit more of demand. So the Plus and the Turbo are the most popular. I'm going to start with the Plus here. Okay, so we have to register our domain. I actually have the domain I'm going to use inside of my NameHero account, so I'm going to choose option 3, and I'm going to be using keydietstoday.com. So I'm just going to type in key diets, and I type the TLD in here at the third box. Okay, next I'm going to configure my options. I've just got the package I just selected. It kind of highlights everything that it gets. Now, if you've watched any of our videos on YouTube, you know at NameHero, we reward for customers that stay longer. We find that it's very beneficial. The longer you sign up, the easier it is. A lot of customers that sign up monthly, and this is why we don't have a monthly option for this. Their credit cards expire, they lose their card, or for whatever reason it gets declined, and then it creates a lot of confusion and stuff. So it starts at a year, and then you go up to 3 years, which is what I recommend because you're going to save. And plus, with our current fall sale, our fast fall sale, you're going to save even more than just $9.99 a month. And so that discount will apply on the next screen. Drop my site off-site backups. These are, we provide 1 night's worth of backups at NameHero. Some people want more. So, you know, if you want more, which I suggest you should, you can. Now we make this an option because this is through Drop My Site. They're a wonderful partner that we have. And so it's just another third-party off-site backup to keep your files safe and secure. And you can keep up to 30 days with this option. The reason why we didn't put this in with the package is some people, you know, they want the cheapest possible package. And so we give that option. You know, if we had to build this in the price, our prices would be higher. So that's why it's there. I do recommend it though. The next is our dedicated IP address add-on. If you're going to be using email on your web hosting account, you know, if you're going to have emails set up and be sending and receiving emails, you're going to want this because this allows you to have the same functionality pretty much as like a dedicated server or a VPS, and it gives you a higher level of email delivery. Most customers that are going to use email, they don't select this, they end up coming back and getting it. So it'll save you some time. It's you know, under $250 a month, and it's billed annually. So we'll click next. Okay, so now we can see our fast fall sale coupon has applied. It's going to save us $172.51 today. So that brings the price down from $461 all the way down to $288. So huge savings going on right now at NameHero this fall. So now I can go to the checkout. And now I'm going to go ahead and register my account. So I'm going to pause this video and fill in all this stuff. You know, if you're following along, just fill in all your information here. The only thing that we get some questions about is a support PIN. This is a unique 4-digit PIN in case you need to call in or hit us up on live chat. It lets us know that you are who you say you are. It's a security measure. That way someone can't just call in and say that they're the owner of your website and they're not, because we make them verify this PIN. So I'm going to go ahead and fill this out and complete it, and then I'll show you how to test your website before switching to DNS. Okay, I've completed my order, and NameHero, we are dedicated to 10 for 10 customer service and satisfaction. So we have a quick survey. If you enjoy how things are going, you know, we certainly appreciate all 5 stars. You have the option to leave a message for customers that, you know, may be signing up soon. I know about me, I'm a review freak. Before I buy anything, I read the reviews, so we certainly do appreciate this. And you can leave your name and submit this. Of course, your email auto-populates. It is safe. This is only to follow up for order confirmation and customer care. It's not to send you upsells or to spam your email. I know I hate spam myself, so we don't do that. Now, if you don't want to fill this out, don't worry. I just got a complaint the other day, and this is not the first one I've had, that, you know, I don't want to fill this out yet, so it's a great experience, but I just don't want to tell you it is yet. Hey, I get it. If you don't want to, just click the red X right here. I don't know if we can try to make that more pronounced or not, but it's just like a dialog in your browser or your window. Just exit out, and you don't have to worry about it. Okay, so I'm going to continue to my client area. This is my demo account, so I've got a couple services and domains in it. But if I click on Cloud Web Hosting, I will go over to keydiets.com, and you can see I've got a canceled one because I've used it for another tutorial. But I'm going to click on the active one, and I can just click active here. And you can see this is the information about my hosting account. Okay, so let's say that I want to go ahead and deploy WordPress, and then I want to look at it and see what it looks like. Okay, so if you have hosting somewhere else, let's say I was moving Key Diets over from HostGator, and I've got keydiets.com all set up and active at HostGator, but I want to work on it at NameHero and look at it on NameHero before I switch the name servers. So to go live, I just need to change my name servers to these here, but I don't want to go live yet. So let's just install WordPress, and then I'm going to show you how just to preview it on your computer before you change it to the world. So under Actions here, I'm going to click Log into cPanel, and I'm going to go on down here to the bottom and click on WordPress. Under Softaculous Apps Installer, I'm going to click WordPress, and we're just going to give it a quick install. So I'm going to click Install now. Just some basic information. Your protocol, we allow for free HTTPS, so I suggest selecting that. And you can always add that later because SSL is free and automatic. The domain is Key Diets, our only one in here. In directory, this is the directory where you want to install WordPress. If you're wanting someone to go to your site, say Key Diets, and see your WordPress immediately, which most do, leave this blank. If you don't, when you go to Key Diets, that means you're going to have to go in /WP to see WordPress. So most people want that blank. Next, you can fill out your site name and description, whatever you want to call your site in the description. Your admin account. Now, I see a lot of people make this mistake. Don't use admin. Please do not use admin. I need to get this changed with Softaculous. If you use admin, it makes your site vulnerable. So we're just going to call this Key Diets or Key Diet 1. Use a combination of letters and numbers here, or just letters and a number, because it makes it harder for someone to guess if they're trying to get into your WordPress. Same with the password here. I recommend clicking the key and using a nice, strong password. I'm going to copy mine on the clipboard. If you have a password manager, which you should for security, save this in there. And that way that you have a secure username and password. 9.9 out of 10 accounts, yes, nearly all accounts we see get compromised is because they didn't do this one step. They left it admin and pass, they left it admin and some simple password, and that's why we see WordPress sites get compromised. If you have weak credentials, there's nothing we can do security-wise at NameHero to protect you. Sure, we can protect from brute force attacks and all that, but ultimately, if your username and password's easy to guess, chances are eventually someone's going to guess it. So please make it tough. If the attacker can't guess your username easily or even password, they're going to move on. So just, a wise piece of advice from hosting thousands of websites. Okay, loginizer, it's a limit to login attempts. I don't recommend any of this stuff. I don't use it. I have my own security plugins I like, so feel free to check it out if you like, but I don't really recommend it. Same with the advanced options here. If you don't know what you're doing, don't worry about them. Don't worry about messing them. Selecting themes. These are free themes available inside of NameHero. Some of these are good. Some of them aren't so good. But if you want to use them or browse through them, go ahead. You can click demo on any of them. But I'm just going to use the basic WordPress theme. Most of the sites that I create, I go out and get a nice custom theme that I purchase from someone most of the time. So I'm going to click install now. And congratulations. Now WordPress is installed on Key Diets. Now, remember, I have not updated my name servers. So if I go to keydiets.com or even my WordPress URL, it's not going to work. In my case here, Key Diets is not even set up right now. So it's just going to go to a dead page. But remember, the purpose of this video is to test your website before making it live for everyone else. So I want to follow this guide here to test it on the NameHero server. So if I have a Mac, or if you're using a Windows, it's similar, but follow along if you have a Mac, and if you have a Windows, you have to edit your local host file. So what I'm going to do is on a Mac, I'm going to click in Applications, and then I'm going to go down to Utilities. It's down here at the bottom on mine. And then I'm going to click on Terminal. It's right here. So I get a nice little terminal window that comes up here. And so from the terminal window, I'm going to want to search for this host file. Time we have put where it's located on a Mac. So you're going to see, we can kind of skip down here a little bit because this is showing you need your IP address first. So let's grab that too. So if I go here, you can notice my first name server here. This is the IP address that we are going to use. So regardless if you have a shared or if you have a reseller, you're going to use the first IP address in this list of name servers. If you have a VPS, this is going to be the IP address of your VPS, the primary IP of the VPS. So that's what we're going to need here. But we'll keep going here because we need the file. So first off, I recommend taking a copy of your original host file. So I have the command right here. So to keep this simple, just copy the command, go into your terminal, and paste this command. So we can just right-click paste, push enter. This is the password, the main password to your computer. So I'm going to enter mine here. And depending if you have a password or not, you might not have that question. And all that does is copy your current host file in case something messes up. You always have a backup of it. I like to back up before I do anything. Okay, once you do that, there's one more command to open the file. And so we're going to copy this. It's basically sudo nano space private etc hosts. And so nano is a text-based editor that we're going to use inside a terminal to edit this. So I'm going to once again paste, push enter. Okay, now this is my host file. This is what tells my computer where to route IPs to what website. Now, thankfully, we can actually use this to test our website on a new server. So we're going to go back to our client area here and grab this IP address because we want our computer to read key diets from this IP address. We don't want to read it like it's reading on the rest of the internet to the old host or the old server or old package. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here below this line and I want to paste the IP address. So I'm just going to paste and I want to do a space and I want to type in keydiets.com. I want to put an enter or just push enter. I want to put the IP address again and then I want to put the www version because depending on how you have yours set up, it's gonna matter. So if your site's no www, if you're using www, it's gonna route to wrong servers. So I like just to put both of them in here to make sure we get the right one. After that, I'm gonna use Control X on my keyboard, and it's gonna say Save Changes. I'm gonna say Y for yes and push Enter. So now my computer is going to read key diets from the new server. So let's go take a look. If I click on key diets, you can see here is my WordPress that I just installed. And if I go to my admin area, I can log right on into that as well. So now I'm seeing key diets as I would if I had changed my name servers. And this is highly beneficial because now I can change, modify, delete, do whatever I need to do to my website before I change the name servers and make it live to the rest of the internet. So this is a very beneficial thing, and this is the true way to test your website before going live because there's no preview URL, there's no subdomain. It's just like your visitors would see it. The only thing is no one's seeing it but you. Me personally, when I'm making changes to any of my sites, this is what I always do is I set it up on my computer like this so I can make those changes. And so when I do flip the switch, then I'm ready to go live, then the visitors will see it how I saw it before. Now, when you're finished making your changes and you're ready to go live, it's important to go back to our host file and change that. And you don't have to since you're going to be using NameHero, but if you change IPs later on or whatever, it might pull the wrong site. So to avoid confusion, once we're ready to go live, we go back. And once again, we just type in the same thing, sudo space nano space /private/etc/host, push enter. And what we do is we just put a hashtag or a pound sign in front of each IP. And I do this in case I ever, want to go do it again or need to change something. It's already in there. And the hashtag or pound sign, it just pretty much tells the computer to ignore that. So now I can just go Command or Control X, save Y, and enter. And now I'm back. So now if I refresh this, it's still going to pull from mine because it's cached right now. But if I was to refresh this later on, it's going to pull whatever key diets is set to. So now if I go to domains and my domains, when I'm ready to go live, I would just need to modify the name servers. And these might be modified already since I'm on a demo account, but I'll just show you where and how to do it if this is your case. Click on name servers and you can see, yes, so I'll use custom name servers, and you want to make sure your name servers here match these name servers here. And that's when you're ready to go live. You'll just copy and paste these from here to here and click change, and then it will be live. So again, in my case, it doesn't need to be edited since it was a demo and they're already changed. But if you're switching from another host, that is what you would need to do. So again, if you are following from a PC, it's pretty much the same thing. If you go down here, real quick, let me show you one more thing. On a Mac, you can flush the cache. Remember how I refreshed and it still worked? You can flush the cache by copying and pasting this and pushing enter, and it will flush your local DNS cache to clear that out so it pulls from the internet and it doesn't pull from the direct server line. If you're using Windows, typically for Windows 10, 8, or 7, it's located inside of here. So you can search this. You can open up a search box. I think it's on Start on Windows and then Find or Search. You can copy and paste this and you can get it inside of Notepad. And inside a Notepad, you can just kind of follow through here and edit your host file. So it's just the same, but you're doing it right there in Notepad, and you save it. And same thing, you have to flush your DNS. So it's you do the CMD and you type in ipconfig/flush DNS. So it's pretty much the same process. It's just a little bit different to get to the terminal window. Windows calls it CMD or command line. That's how you get to it. If you used MS-DOS back way when, it's just like going back into there. But that's how you do it. That's how you set your website up to test or preview it before going live. If you have any questions with this, feel free to let us know. Our team, this is what our team uses at NameHero. If we're doing migrations or setting up something, this is what we do and how we use it. So let us know if you have any questions on changing this. We're more than happy to help you. But thanks for watching and using us here at NameHero.com.